While I prefer Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has one thing that Magic does not have and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always had since the beginning. And that's the simple fact that pre-built decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are way better deal than the ones in Magic. I was in Walmart today seeing if they had any more Final Fantasy cards because I have a problem, and I saw this. An $8 structure deck. When I was a kid, I would get one of these decks for like $10 or $11. These have not been hit by inflation at all. They're cheaper. And every one of these decks I built, never regretted it. I got some really good cards out of it. Some of the best cards I ever got were from these decks. And it's a great way for people that are new to get into it because they can see a character they like, build a deck built around the cards they actually had, and it functions. Because that was the hardest time people had transitioning from the show to the card game, is their decks just don't really work when you actually play them in real life. These decks work though. Magic does make these as well with the starter kits. It's not a good a deal, but they're solid decks overall. I bought the Final Fantasy one recently and it turned out pretty well actually. But in the last 2 years I've been playing, I can only think of 4 of them, and that was the ones listed here and the Assassin's Creed one. Other than that, you're getting a Commander deck. On average, they're $50, but I've seen some go up to $300. So for someone wanting to dip their toes in, Yu-Gi-Oh! Makes it a whole lot easier in my opinion. But this wasn't always the case. I remember when I briefly tried Magic back in 2018, I bought a structure deck around this card, Doomwake Giant, and it was a solid deck. I still use this card and some other cards I got from it to this day, and if I remember right, it wasn't more than 10 or 15 bucks. Which sucks. Even though I do prefer Commander, I wish we got more options like this for people that are trying to get in and not dive headfirst into Commander.